Is the new album from the Hives, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, worth a listen? Let's find out. Hey everybody, it's Nick here with you. Welcome back to the Rod Squad channel and welcome to my rock album review for the new album from the Hives. It's called The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons. And if you're wondering who Randy Fitzsimmons is, today I learned that Randy Fitzsimmons is the name of the band's fictional sixth member and band manager. Rest in rock, Randy. Before we get to it, guys, if you love to rock out as much as we do here on the Rod Squad channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Make sure to like this video, I'd appreciate that, and make sure to share this video online with your friends and fellow Hives fans. The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons is the sixth studio album from the Hives, the follow-up to 2012's Lex Hives. You know, I like the Hives. I've never been a huge fan, mostly just been a fan of their singles over the years, but I've always loved their intensity, their energy, and their passion. And they're also known as one of the best live bands out there, as well as one of the best live frontmen, fronting the band with Howlin' Pete Almquist, who can entertain and rock a crowd with the best of them. You know, I've never really listened to an entire Hives album in its entirety, so I was really looking forward to listening to this new record. And for my first full Hives album, my first full Hives listening experience, I'd say this was pretty fucking awesome. You know, for the most part on The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, the Hives are bringing us that Hives sound. It's been over a decade since we had new music from the Hives, and they're still bringing us that classic Hives sound, especially when it comes to some of the earlier tracks on this record, like Bogus Operandi, Countdown to Shutdown, and Rigor Mortis Radio. Which is what you want from a Hives record, you know? You want them to do that classic Hives sound, you know, when they're this far into their career. It's been over a decade since the release of the last studio album. They're not going to reinvent the Hives sound, and that's okay. And even if it is just kind of standard Hives for the majority of the runtime on The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, they actually do some really cool sonic flourishes and different stuff on this record, which I really enjoyed, which on, like, you know, a song like Stick Up, which is more of a bluesy number. It's kind of cool to see them going in different directions. Then you got a song like Crash Into the Weekend, which is more of like a traditional kind of rock and roll song. You know, the Hives at their core are just a rock and roll band, but on this song they incorporate some really cool things like hand claps and almost kind of like a gospel feel. And probably the song on The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons that I found strayed the most from the Hives sound, and again, my experience with the Hives is very limited, but that one is What Did I Ever Do to You, which incorporates more electronic elements and a really kind of haunting, spooky guitar. And for the guitar fans, you know, the Hives are a great guitar band. There's so much to enjoy if you just love great chunky riffs and rockin' songs on here. And the thing that I think about the Hives that is most enjoyable is not just the way they play guitar, it's just the energy and vigor that they put into everything they do, that it just sounds exciting. And Howlin' Pete's voice on this record sounds fantastic as well. You know, I think the thing that I've noticed the most on this record is that his voice has gotten a little bit deeper over the years, which is okay, that he's gotten older. He doesn't maybe have that same snap and same crack to his voice that he had on earlier Hives material, but he sounds fantastic on this record. Even though his voice is a little bit deeper, he's still one of the best, you know, vocalists and frontmen out there in the world of rock right now. Well, the only thing I will say about this album, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, is that there are a couple of shorter songs on this album that are kind of like time wasters for me. I really don't like it when songs are like a minute or a minute and a half long. So when you had songs like Trapdoor Solution in the last track, Step Out of the Way, they're decent songs, but they're so short that I didn't really get a chance to know them all that well. And as somebody who's not a huge fan of the Hives, I think there's a couple of songs that I'll draw from here. I don't think I'll ever really be a Hives album guy, but there are some really strong songs on here as well that I really enjoyed, and I think overall that it's a really enjoyable listen. Either way, this is a quick and snappy listen. There's 12 songs clocking in at 31 minutes. They give you the heavy dose of the Hives. They're in and out, they rock your world, and then they're done, and really that's all you can expect from a Hives record. Overall, the best songs for me on The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons was Bogus Operandi, Countdown to Shutdown, Rigor Mortis Radio, loved Crash Into the Weekend, loved What Did I Ever Do to You. There are some great songs on this record, and I think overall it's pretty solid. I'm going to give the new album from the Hives, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, rest in peace, Randy, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And that is it, guys. That is my review for the new album from the Hives, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons. Let me know what you thought of the record in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to us here on the Rod Squad channel. Make sure to like this video. I'd appreciate that. Make sure to share this video online with your friends and fellow rock fans. Follow us on social media on Instagram and TikTok at Rock Squad Pod. And if you love rock music, you can check out my band as well, where you can check us out at foolsunion.com. But until then, guys, I will see you guys for another rock album review here on the Rock Squad channel. Until then, rock on, everybody.